Good morning, Genevieve. Good morning, Jack. So, what we're going to do today is watch a video. This is actually a fairly long video. It's about 12-13 minutes. It's about the I Ching, so the muscle tendon change classic. But what we're going to do is look at one specific move. And he goes through this move in much more detail. You know, before when we watched that little 6-minute video, it was just a little practice. This one, he's really getting into what is he actually doing for one move. And this is actually the most difficult move. Jack's the only person who can do this move. I don't do it either. But it's very interesting because there's a lot you can get out of there, but there's one thing in particular I think that's really important, and that's the use of the spine. So I'm talking about this move, right, where we reach out and then you go down onto the ground. When you go down onto the ground, then you manipulate the spine while you're doing that, which is the point of doing it. Anyway, we're going to watch this. Now, you may want to just sit and watch it. You may want to watch it and actually do a little work with it when we do it. And when we're done with it, I'm going to have, since Jack can do this, I'm going to have Jack lead the class and just practice this a few times, and then do the whole routine, the whole muscle tendon change routine. Okay, so hold on.
Hello everyone! Hope life treats you all well. Today we're going to do two things. So one, you just see this form called I Ching. We're going to hold this as a live stream seminars in the November 14th Saturday. We're going to explore and learn this Qigong form. And number two, I'm going to share one of the movements with you today to let you practice, just in case some of you couldn't make these seminars. And then you can treat this movement as your daily routine, your Qigong practice. All right, so what is this form about? This form is called I Ching. I means that change or improve. Jing means the muscle or tendons around our body. So I Ching, which overall that means this form for your Qigong form is stretching the muscles, use different angles, stretching, pulling, is keep your body, keep stretching them, and make your body function even better. Let's do the movement in the number 9 called 卧虎扑食. 卧虎 mean in Chinese is called lion tiger to get food. 卧虎扑食. Now, let me quickly show you the movement we're going to learn, and then we explore them together. So first we start from here. You watch me first. Yeah, so this is the movement. Looks like a tiger, huh? You can see. And we try it a bit more. Basically, we do left side and the right side, both sides. Let's start the first movement first. Space your legs, make yourself comfortable, feel the like a triangle. And then move the hands up from both sides, up to your chest area. And turn your side to the side. Turn your body at the side. And slightly move a little bit. Make your stance more comfortable. then become smaller gongbu, hands change the tiger claw, and move forward, try straight away, and reach more forward as you can, then dropping down. Close the floor, but don't touch the floor. Then pulling back, the back leg bent, and the chin close your body, make your back hug, then up, and up your toes, and get ready second time, body go first, and then push it forward, and dropping them down, close the floor as far as you can, then pulling back, the back leg already bent, and bring them up to here. We go 3 times, then body forward, hunch back, reach further, and dropping down. The 10 fingers open and supporting there. The level close to your feet level, don't too far or too close, a little bit at the front of feet, give you support. Okay, that's the first part. I mean, this way you can see different angles. So you start from here, up the hands to your chest level, 10 body at the side. When you little bit step, adjusting the distance, make yourself comfortable, and body lean forward, become a tiger claw. Open the fingers, yeah, like that, that's it. And push forward. See the levels? Reach further, 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 and dropping them down. Body low, and pulling them back, and up. Back to position again, ready? And second time. Reach further, 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 stretching, you feel the back spine area stretching, and dropping down, nice flow. And last one, and push forward. And reach the maximum, then dropping down. Replace the hands, close your feet, 10 fingers straight up. Okay, that's the one. Okay, after 10 fingers stretching, next part, movement. I come back this one, you can see movement. Both stance, up your heel, hands support. Good, after this one, you pull the leg a little bit more straight up, slightly straight up, allow your hip area, lift them up. And here, body up. Your whole back is hush up. And when your body up at the same time, the fingers grab on the floor. Feels really grounded. So now you can feel the back area stretch. Look up. Back up, back up, back up, and keep fingers stay on the head. And now move the hand up, look up. The eye look about 45 angle, looking up. Fingers grab on the floor. Back up, look up, back up, look up, and finish. And slowly come back. And back to the position this side. It's a little bit harder, but we're looking for the power, the energy. During the time you grab on the floor at the same time, holding your body, you can't go anywhere. And you back up. See now, something grounded. Hands grounded, locking your hands, but your body is still stretching up. And at the same time, looking up, stretching up, looking up, stretching up. You can feel the back area being stretched. That's what we really want it. But we don't want to suddenly boom, stretch. We need like zoom, 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 zoom. That the power, like elastic, have more power there. That gives you tendon and muscle area stretching to the maximum. Okay, turning this way so you can see a little bit more. So start from here, split legs. Move the hands on the side. Turn your body, little bit step, become a tiger claw, and push forward. Little bit lead, look at my distance, don't only drop. Further, you can feel stretch, and dropping down. Then pulling up, then push out. And you can feel this area give you support, though. And dropping down. Number 3, push it forward. And push it down here. Hold down, grab on there, move your heel up, and looking up, back up, looking up, and finish. Come back to position, and stop there. Right, this is the movement. For the breath exercise, plus this one, when you go here, it's inhale up to your lungs. And hold your breath. When you step forward, exhale. Push it, become tiger. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. To your lungs, exhale. And hold your breath, put it down, and relax the breath. Natural breath, and hold on tight. And body up, look up, use inhale. Hold your breath, exhale, relax. Then turn it up, you finish here. Then you can change other side. Up, same thing, moving up, turning aside, little bit step, explore forward, and come back. The same things. We do 3 times, forward and come back. Feel the body like a wave forward and dropping down. Turn your heel and stretch your back, finger grab the floor, look up and relax. Then come back, body position, hands up. And exhale, relax. That's the movement. Not only use the muscle stretch, also the chi traveling to the area where you're going to stretch. Without the chi to help, you won't reach the maximum of your stretch. That is the Qigong linking in. So some of you, it's very hard for this proper movement. What I suggest you to do, if you couldn't hands drop on the floor, you can be like this. 1, do the halfway, 3, see this, halfway. Then when you're dropping down, like this, see this, already is okay. And then look up. Instead, you have to, instead you drop down, because I understand some of us injury, sometimes we don't have this leg strengthness, we can't to do this. But we use this one instead. Even the movement is same, but the attention should be same. So your hands deep grab on here, don't move at all, and only your body move. And then that can reach the same benefit, if you see what I mean. So bear in mind, when you do this movement, not only think about do the movement, have to be fluid. This feels like maybe something will help you. You know the boating, boat, right? This can imagine helps you to realize how the body works, right? So the body is a wave. Have to be fluid. Then that helps you inside energy, the chi, like that feelings. Okay, that's it. We have time limited, so this should be clear enough for your practice. First time may be hard for you to understand all the details, but the practice after 50 times for the movement, you gradually familiar for the movement, then you can more understand, more feeling each details of the breathing and the back stretching. Okay, I hope you enjoy these training sessions, and I hope to see you in the live stream training as well in this seminars. So you keep well. I hope you keep training. Doesn't matter if you can't make this seminar, all this is fine. But one thing, doesn't matter where you are, keep training, keep well. Okay, that's all we wish for. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the soon next video.
Okay, so a lot of detail there. There's kind of three things that, to me, that stood out. One of them is you watch his forward shin. His forward shin doesn't go down his knee does not go down very far to the ground. So when he steps out, now his forward shin is going to stay pretty well, even though he stretches way forward. His forward shin is going to stay perpendicular to the ground, more or less. Sometimes a little less, but it does not go way down to the ground. Now the back leg, the knee does go down parallel with the ground, doesn't go down to the ground, but it goes down parallel. So that's actually a bigger thing. He did not emphasize it much, but that's a really important thing. Yeah. The second thing, and he mentioned it, but he was busy talking, so he really couldn't do very much with it, is he said when you do the first two big rotations, you tuck your chin. That's actually an important thing. At the end of the video, he talked about how this needs to be like water, right? So you go out and then you come up, right? You tuck your chin so that, right? What happens is your whole spine, from the base of your spine to the top of your head, which is still part of the spine, gets involved in that wave-like motion. So you don't hold your head kind of steady like this. You let this wave-like motion go through the body. Good. In our early morning wake up exercises that we do, wake up Qigong that we do, we do a movement like that. Now we're not stretching forward when we do that. We just call them forward and reverse spinal waves. Right? You should also tuck your chin. What you're actually practicing is a way, it's called a spinal wave, is a wave through the spine, all the way from the base of it, all the way up to the top of the head, like that. So even though he didn't emphasize that much, that's actually an important part of this. And then the third thing that he said that he really spent a lot of time on is how you use the third iteration to stretch the back. So you get into that, I'm just going to do it like his second way of doing it. And then you make, when you're touching the ground or you're touching a fake ground, right, you make that really solid. And you push off against that. And you can think of kind of your ribs stay in the same place, but your spine moves back, right? So you're really stretching that out. And of course, what you're really doing is if you could do it straight up, which you could, right? Push against something. You're pushing your spine out like this, and then back in. When we followed him the first time, and we just remember that's like a little 6.5 minute or 7 minute video. We're doing it so fast, I wasn't really paying attention to that. And that's really the key to that whole exercise, even though it's just 1/3 of the exercise. It's a really important part of it. So watching this very detailed video of what he's doing will give you a clue about what you should be doing. Now, when he does it he does it really fast. He's in excellent shape. He's a young man in excellent shape. He really does it fast. He kind of hinted at this, uh, but take his hint to heart. Don't overdo it. Just take it easy when we do this. Don't do it as fast as he's doing it. Take your time, settle into it. He's already in great shape, so doing something really fast just kind of works his physique out. We're working up to join Shaolin. Eventually we'll have a tournament against Shaolin and show them what we really know. But in the meantime, take it slow. When you do that, don't do it in 2 seconds. Take your time. Take 20 seconds. Take 30 seconds. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it over to Jack. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment, which similar to what you were talking about, the knee and the spine separating from the ribs. One thing I notice when I watch him is that, and I guess this is the whole point of these exercises, is that like if it could be anything, like if he turns like this or this move, it's yes, he's rotating this way, but I really perceive that this energy going in the opposite direction, which makes the whole, it's a stretching tendons. It's just, it's really apparent when he does it.
Yes, I think that's the real trick to this whole routine is to notice that and to play with that. Yes, it stretches all your different tendons, but the one thing it really stretches is your spine and everything that works off your spine, because that is the center of everything. And Jack's exactly right. When he turns this way, his whole upper spine is turning this way, but his lower spine is not. His lower spine is turning the opposite way. So this part is coming this way while this part is going this way. So he's getting a classic spinal twist out of yoga. That's what they do in yoga too. It's You don't have to do it super extreme. It's not about getting to 120% or lifting a heavier weight. It's just go through that gently and open things up and let your chi flow through. Let your cerebral spinal fluid also flow through. Almost all these exercises are done in the morning. Yes, of course you can do them anytime during the day, but traditionally they're done in the early morning because we've been laying on our backs for the last 8 hours, and your cerebral spinal fluid and your chi and your blood and everything is just kind of pooled down at the bottom, down in your butt. So you have to gently encourage all this stuff to wake up and begin to move. So anybody who's been in a shop knows, say you're reconditioning a toy for your grandkid or your child, and it's a little rusty and parts don't work. You don't just crack it like that. You're probably going to break it if you do that. Instead, you put a little oil in it and you just gently work it a little bit until it frees up and starts to move. And that's the way we should treat our own bodies. Let's just be a little gentle with them, free things up until they start to move. But what Jack said is absolutely critical. Notice the details like that and follow those details. Jack, I got to tell you, 99 people out of 100 do not catch what you caught. They would not make that comment because they would not see it. But that's absolutely critical. And it's also yes, it's a really important point about that particular exercise, but it's also a principle. Whenever you are working to twist the spine, the whole spine doesn't twist the same way, right? The lower part of the spine twists the opposite way, so that you all know if you have a dirty dish rag, you don't do this. Right? one hand goes that way, but the other hand goes the other way. You twist it. You twist it. Exactly, Genevieve. And that's exactly what he was demonstrating there. Again, just be a little gentle with it. It's not, you guys know the Taoist precept of Wu Wai. Wu Wai. Wu means not, and Wai means action. So it's usually translated into English as non action, which sounds very passive. That's not what it means. What it means is don't force anything. Don't force it. Encourage it, cultivate it, but don't force it. That's what Wu Wai really means, and how it really applies to what we're doing here. So just take it easy, you know, a little motion. Boom. It stretches. Boom. And that's good not just for that move or for this particular routine. It's good for all Qigong and all Tai Chi. So what Jack identified, sure, it's specific for this, but it's also really a general principle and a really important one too. So Jack, why don't you go ahead, practice this with Genevieve a couple of times, and leave enough time, maybe practice for 5 or 6 minutes, and then go ahead and do the whole routine, at least as well as you can. Can you remember the whole routine?
I'll try.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. All right. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to mute myself.
So Genevieve, we'll do it slow. Okay. Go again. One more. Any comments?
Thank you for leading. I think one other thing that I was not doing at all is like the lean back. Like he's really leaning back when he comes back from the circle.
That's interesting. You know, I'd like to watch that again at some point because I don't recall the leaning back. I recall the tucking, but not like going beyond the center. So I'm remembering that differently. It's
Oh, no,
always
you could be right. You could be right. I think I wasn't doing
you
any.
could be right. I don't know. It's hard to, you know, there are a lot of details here. So
Let's, Jack, I'll let you continue in a minute, but let's watch
okay.
to that and see. But go ahead, finish your comment.
I was just gonna say one thing I noticed that I'm having difficulty with is that when I pivot, you know, when we do the pivot to start the motions, that like he does put his heel forward, but I feel like I gotta widen my stance a little bit because otherwise I'm gonna fall over.
Me too. Me too.
My legs end up being like too close to the same line. So
Yeah, well, he's very limber, and it makes it look easy, but it's not. It's hard. Let's watch that again, and because I remember seeing the same thing that Genevieve is describing here. So let's watch.
Now, let me quickly show you the movement we're going to learn, and then we explore them together. So first, we start from here. You watch me first. Yeah, so this is the movement. Looks like a tiger, huh? You can see. Fold as you can, then dropping down. Close the floor, but don't touch the floor. Then pulling back. The back leg bent. And the chin close your body. Make your back hug. Then up, and up your toes, and get ready second time. Body go first, and then push it forward, and dropping them down, close the floor as far as you can, then pulling back, the back leg already bent, and bring them up to here. We go.
So he's you know, his head is as far back as his heel, and maybe his shoulders are even a little bit past his heel. So he's got a good 30 degrees or so going there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
There's another thing that this has to do with kind of the other side of him saying tucking your chin. Yeah, you tuck your chin, but boy, you roll your upper back too. So he's tucking his chin, but he's rolling, he's coming into his upper back, right? If that makes any sense. So Genevieve, yeah, I think you're right. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself again.
Do we'll do the whole thing then.
Thank you, Jack. That was super good. You said
Are
you
your
didn't remember, but I think you remembered everything.
are your tendons stretched?
Yeah, very, very much so.
I like that as a warm up.
Yeah,
Well,
the
that's
twisting thing is huge. Sorry, Malcolm.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's okay. That's what it's for. Warming up. Okay, well, right on time, right? So that was a better class. Sorry I couldn't join you, but I was participating
Yeah,
from
you were
remote.
here. Totally. You were here, Malcolm.
Well, good. Okay, guys, have yourselves a great day. Let's check in again tomorrow, and we'll practice it again tomorrow, right? Okay, ciao.